I can see that Gachagua is going home. He has no defense. One thing that Kenyans have to know, despite that the MP from the guy who tabled Mutuse, the guy who tabled the motion of impeachment against Gachagua, that gentleman, he was really grilled and shamed within the National Assembly, and it's very bad that you prepare for such kind of a topmost impeachment in the country so far, and you're not prepared to answer the question that are being given. You table an impeachment motion without evidence, then you expect these people to deliver. How is it going to happen on earth in this country? It's good that this country will prepare very well for these kind of things. Anyway, that means that they are just charges that were just gotten from somewhere, or allegations simply to tarnish him and his name and ensure that he's out. However, I don't want to deny the fact that Rigathi Gachagua could be corrupt. He is, I know that. I don't want to deny the fact that it could be those wealth that he has acquired in the last 2 years were not illegally acquired. I don't deny that. It's possible because this is a leader and we know him. All of us, we know him. I don't want to deny that he has done tribalistic stuff in this country, but I know very well that it is possible because Amekwaki, whatever he says, we cannot tell. Despite they're trying to twist here and there, we all know that he meant those people voted for government are the ones going to benefit first. Yes, but now what Mutuse did, I think it was not good. However, there are so many grounds to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. Any one of them, any of those that they suggested to Parliament, of course, it's enough to take him home because it's still going against the Constitution. But the one that I hate most about Rigathi Gachagua, it is issues to do with tribalism. I'll talk about it in another video. But in this case here, I want to talk about a different topic here that we want to share. The preparation for taking Rigathi Gachagua home. These guys are so much in a hurry to ensure that he has gone home. Probably they are ready with the deputy president who is supposed to come on board. Well and good. But I think William Ruto is trying to cement the chance that he's the commander-in-chief. He must be respected. He must not be treated just like he treated his brother Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that is okay. But Rigathi Gachagua is going home, ladies and gentlemen. Rigathi Gachagua is going home for a simple reason here. First of all, despite the evidences that were given against the motion was tabled with, I think Rigathi Gachagua has one big mistake that I think he has forgotten that is a political process. Whatever it dealt with politically cannot be handled with the law and trying to prove evidence here and there. That Ongoya really proved himself to be one of the best lawyers, but to be honest, it is not worth making him to become. It's not worth making him to become the person to make Rigathi Gachagua become the person we need as a country. No, Rigathi Gachagua, we know everything about him, and I'm going to do an extensive video on that. So I think I categorically want to state it here that Rigathi Gachagua, honestly, he has to go home. Personally, he has to go home. I've changed my mind. He has to go home. Let's reduce the bad in the country. Let's reduce the bad people we have in the country as we speak right now. So the people in governance that are performing poorly, I think they should go. Now, Rigathi Gachagua, of course, was given some responsibility not deliver. He had so many reasons that can take him home, but fact remains that this political process does not consider the law, does not consider how smart the lawyers are. It only considers that what did you do as far as your words are concerned. Now, we have to know that it can be challenged in court, but it cannot be challenged on the basis on what? Based on the evidences that were provided. No, or even the allegations that were made. It is going to be challenged in the court based on what you call a very simple thing, the process. If they challenge the process, which is public participation, it underwent, and actually it was extended by the court, so it cannot be, the court cannot rule against itself. The second thing, if it is the impeachment through the county assembly, the National Assembly, it has happened. If it is the Senate, they have sat down past hours and they have done their job. So honestly speaking, it is very clear that we are going to have Rigathi Gachagua going home, and is going home permanently. What could he have done before going home? I think he could have resigned before the end of the Senate impeachment. Why? It would have given us light. Could tell the people have resigned because one, these guys impeached me to take me long to retrieve myself actually from that impeachment and even vie for any seat. But anyway, being a kingmaker, he can still come up and support someone else to do the mountain. Yes, that one can happen. Anyway, as I said in another video, one of the biggest mistakes that Rigathi Gachagua did, it is to make himself vulnerable by fighting everyone who came around who wanted any leadership role in the mountain. Moses Kuria alipigwa vibaya sana. If it is Uhuru Kenyatta, it was the one that he was started with. Aliitwa kila jina until his even sheep were attacked, and most of the things really happened were embarrassing. Even abused him in front of guests who had come for the inauguration, right? And then also Uhuru Kenyatta, right in Kasarani, he faced the consequence, the wrath of Rigathi Gachagua. While his wife, that is Margaret Kenyatta, was sitting just right next to him. So it was a terrible moment for us, and I want to state here categorically that Rigathi Gachagua put himself vulnerable. He went ahead to fight Raila Amolo Odinga, who could have helped him, I think. Raila Amolo Odinga can help you. He decided to help you. That guy is very loyal. He can help you. He is loyal to Ruto right now. Another thing I want to say is that if you check critically what is happening in the country, when it comes to to the entire mood of the nation, people are saying let him go. Underwater, ama ende. You know, the reason being the issues of shares. He kept on saying shares, shares, shares. And that thing was really painful. When you listen to them and you remember that they didn't vote for region, that region did not, and if you as an individual voted for Ruto and the entire region did not vote for Ruto, and then you hear Rigathi Gachagua talking about shares, I'm telling you, you get discouraged. It was a terrible statement to make to the Kenyans, and I think that makes him very vulnerable. Therefore, he has so many grounds that could take him home. But in this case here, he's going home. Gentlemen, Gachagua is going home. Ladies and gentlemen, Gachagua is going home. Now, the truthful man can come back in other ways, through someone else. Definitely bring back Uhuru Kenyatta to be deputy president, bring back anyone else to come and become anything in this country, because he needs someone very powerful from the region to come on board. And all powerful people William Ruto has put them in his pocket. So who else is left? Who else is left? Who else is left? Uhuru Kenyatta, Peter Munya. I don't know whether it's going to take Peter Munya to that extent, but the fact remains here, we all know that he's going to do well. He's going to do well politically, but if he's not careful as well, if any allegation against him is done, I think the government can always fight you in the best way possible they can to ensure that you are completely pinned down. So Rigathi Gachagua, please resign. Rigathi, please resign, so that at least in 2022 you can make sense, because we want the Kikuyu votes to go to Rigathi Gachagua, all of them, so that we can have Ruto left with the Kalenjin votes alone. Now we battle this other ground with Raila Amolo Odinga. Leave us Raila Amolo Odinga. Leave us Raila Amolo Odinga. So Rigathi Gachagua, resign as soon as possible. That's the best thing you can do. Don't wait for an impeachment. We are saying this because we honestly feel like if you go and die complete in terms of politics, I mean, this country is ruined. So please do that. That's a favor you can do to Kenyans and a favor you can do to yourself, because that one will keep you alive politically. Hizo ni gani? Hizo ni gani manze? Hizo ni gani? And kisha kwamba resign, so that at least we can have you on board. Now, to the last message I want to make, I mean, Murara Kebaso, leave around Rigathi Gachagua, achana tu naye. Achana Rigathi Gachagua aende na shida zake. Aende tu kabisa, kabisa, tujue we don't have him in our picture. Apige jani yake na sisi tupige, because that gentleman will never resonate with any other leadership in this country. He has his own way of leadership, the way he wants things to be done. But however, were it not for the sentiments of tribalism, Rigathi Gachagua could have been the best president we ever have in this country, because he is an administrator. But now the sentiments of tribalism, I mean, those ones are discouraging. We feel like he's not going to be the president of this country. However, he's trying to follow the footsteps of Kibaki, while Kibaki used to be the tired vice president. Well and good. That is the strategy of Kibaki. That was back then. Kibaki has so many things that he did that it could make Rigathi Gachagua start following his footsteps. Rigathi Gachagua also was a president in this country. Not a deputy president the way he is. He was a vice president, and I'm worried. He had so many things to do. He had learned so many things. He was a professor. I mean, Rigathi Gachagua. Anyway, just resign, go home, and let's wait for the next journey that's going to begin in 2027, where Murara Kimbaso and the youth of this country will speak loudly.